thing. So what you end up having to do is they had this thing where they had like containment with like massive electromagnets that hold all the heat in this like donut of space. And all it is the electromagnets holding it in place because no material can stand up to the amount of heat this thing generates. It's just lucky that it's generating in a form you can contain electromagnets.
Right.
But the idea is that they've created basically a star, like a very small star that they're siphoning power off of. But if the containment field breaks, it's sort of this weird question of like, well, we don't think it'll be a problem. I mean, the reaction, if it ran out of power, would just kind of stop. But there's also that brief thing of like, or it would cause a solar flare on Earth, briefly. You know, what's the big deal, you know? Don't be a wuss.
I think it's like in regards to like that sort of like fission, fusion and stuff like that. It's that if they can, I think it's like the head of a pin. If they can heat the head of a pin up to like, I think it's like 20,000 degrees Celsius, and if it like goes wrong, it will completely just like, it'll create some sort of like blast or reaction. It's not at all possible, I don't think, to do this. Because the head of a pin,
hat, by the way.
Thanks, because the head of a pin is so huge, actually. You know, when you're talking on an atomic level or molecular level, but like within like a 1,000-mile radius of where you would do that, it would just completely just destroy everything. But we don't possess the ability to smash that many things together, because you know, a pinhead's actually pretty damn big as far as like atoms go.
Yeah, I mean in comparison. I don't know. It's all kind of very hopeful stuff, but I can see why. Like, I think the fears of nuclear power were definitely overplayed.
Well,
But,
Chernobyl didn't help
are also
anything.
pretty horrific. Yeah,
Then there was that whole.
Chernobyl was god awful. Like 3 Mile Island was bad, but not horrific from what I can tell.
Is that the Japanese one?
No, that's on American soil. Fukushima was the Japanese one.
That was the most recent one, right? Like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah. 3 Mile Island was stupidity. It was them running like tests in the reactor and turning off all the safety features so they could like do something really dumb because they wanted to test to make sure it would work properly, and they basically caused a meltdown.
Genius. Brilliant.
Yeah, I'm betting somebody got fired for that one, or I'd hope at least. But then again, like, this is the thing that kind of worries me, because in theory, like, nuclear power should be very safe, but if you hear about, like, the history of nuclear power, it's full of people doing really dumb stuff. Like, have you heard about, like, the Demon Core?
Don't think I have.
It's really good reading if you ever want to look it up. But the Demon Core was basically a uranium sphere they created at one point, which was part of the testing for nuclear weapons. And it was a uranium sphere that was just large enough that it actually would, under the right conditions, literally start a chain reaction on its own and become actively, like, nuclear on the spot, with nothing else happening to it.
Yeah.
And the guys that were testing it, the way they were testing is they were using these like hollow halves of a sphere that were neutron reflectors that would reflect the neutrons it was sending out naturally back at it, which was enough to get the reaction started if you closed the two spheres far enough. Meaning that if you had it sitting in one sphere and you put the other sphere on top of it, it would literally be a nuclear explosion.
Right.
During the testing with this, the main guy who was doing the testing would hold it open with a screwdriver. And would literally do tests where he would one-handed pop it open and hold it there while he was like showing off the neutron level, or like neutron like radiation levels. And in fact, that guy died because his screwdriver slipped for a second and he got a fatal dose of radiation.
Sounds like he was asking for it, really, at that point.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's just kind of insanity that this guy was like, yeah, why not? And I guess that's the part that worries me. Like, a lot of this stuff should be very safe if done properly, but it's, you know, that it's going to be some jackass like that toying with it at some point. Because that was not a dumb guy. It was a very smart scientist, apparently, who was just kind of careless.
Yeah. That's all it takes, though.
Yeah, and apparently that one thing, the Demon Core, is responsible for like 3 or 4 different deaths and incidents like that. Partly the reason it got the name.
It's fitting.
Hmm. I mean, usually you hear names like that, and you're like, yeah, it's not that big a deal. But I mean, that thing had an actual death count.
By the way, I don't know if you went and picked up your upgraded tool yet, but I just went and got mine.
Yeah, I should go get mine. Thank you for reminding me. I may have to make this my last day for this round. I'm glad you thought to put those trees in, since we're going to definitely want them in the spring.
Yep, I figured might as well.
Yep. Okay, got my golden axe. I don't necessarily feel like I need to make the other tools I have gold, but it might be good in the long run.
I went ahead and gave him 5 more iron to make my hoe an iron one. Or steel, I mean. Steel hoe. Shit. I can't get the fucking worms. I want the worms. Damn it. I don't have a shovel. I can't get the worms.
Well, you should never insult your hoe.
I want the worms. Oh well.
Dig with your hands like an animal.
I guess I'll just fish today. There isn't much to do, to be honest. She is working on the barn, though.
Okay. Well, we could also go and talk to people in town and stuff, too.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to be social.
Actually, head down to the sewer briefly to see if I can talk to that guy.
Oh yeah, maybe if it was him, it'll have like a cutscene or something.
Well, no cutscene yet. Let me see if he has anything to say. Have you encountered others like me in the mines? I'm sorry if they were hostile towards you. You see, we've learned to fear humans. There have been too many unpleasant encounters. You haven't slain any of my friends, have you? Oh, I absolutely have.
No, God, no. Slain? Why would I do that?
No, yes.
Yes. Thousands.
I'm definitely not keeping track of the number of you I've killed to get a reward from the Adventure Club. I can absolutely promise you that is not the case.
The Adventurers Guild. It's not a club, it's a guild. Don't insult them.
Oh, that reminds me. I should actually go check the Adventurers Guild to see if we can actually buy a decent sword now. If I'm going to the Skull Mine, I'm going to need it. This black rock thing ain't going to cut it.
I think I'm going to go to the community center and just to see if there's anything I need to like collect as far as rewards go.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Where do you collect them at? Just out front?
Just
or
at the little plaques.
inside?
Yep. You've been there before, haven't you?
Like twice. That's about it.
Okay, so he's still only selling the steel falchion. What do I need to do to make him sell more? You've been to the bottom level of mine, right?
Yeah. Level 120?
Yeah.
That's where you got the amazing sword, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, I think it was level, like, 100 or something. Lava katana. Alright, afterwards, go to the bottom level of the mine for me, will you?
I can go there right now. I'm actually walking to the minecart.
Yeah, just go to the mines and go to the very bottom level for a second. I think that might trigger the lava katana to be for sale.
Level 110?
120 should be.
I gotta fight my way to that, apparently.
Ah. Well, here, I'll come help you. You're at 110, you said?
Yep, doesn't give me the option to travel to 120.
You may have died and forgotten.
Oh, I did, remember? Yeah.
Oh, I did too, actually. Drop me at 110. Let's hurry our way down.
I'm glad I got some fish on me because I might need them. I might get killed.
Like, let me do most of the fighting. I've actually got fairly good combat.
There it is.
There we go. Alright, we're just trying to go about this fast. We don't need to actually do much of anything. We just need to get to the end. There it is. I found the way down. Damn, that actually hurt me a bit.
It's over here.
Found it? Alright, coming your way. We can at least get down to 115. We may not be able to get down to the bottom.
They might run out of time.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Is 115 a checkpoint too?
Yep. Then we get down to 120, we should be all set. I'd forgotten that we had lost that. That explains why I can't buy the sword.
Whoa, what's with the red glow? What's going on?
Red glow? Oh, you may have triggered a monster rush. Ooh. Alright, you can leave at that point. We may be better off coming back when we have more time. I'm just gonna get this diamond before I leave.
Okay, yeah, I think that did trigger. Yeah, 115 is now open for me.
Okay.
Perfect.
We should pay to for have a minecart like entrance or exit at our house. Wow,
Yeah,
I'm
that'd
lower
be
in health
great.
than I thought.
I think that's all the loot that I have. Slime, sap, batwing. That goes there. And the stones go in that chest. Okay, I think... Oh shit, all this jelly down here. You wanna grab some
Oh, more fruit? Yeah,
berries
let me
real
write
quick?
down.
Yeah. Yep. 14 jars of jelly.
Nice.
I'm gonna check see if there's any mushrooms real quick too.
Good idea.
And there is. Mushrooms don't sell for much though, do they?
Nah, not really.
Extra couple of hundred maybe or something.
I think so. Yeah, we can check.
Alright, well.
I am badly injured.
Level 2 combat. Finally. Man, that's a slow process.
Well, I mean, you really haven't fought anything though.
No,
if
I
you
haven't.
start at like if we can afford to get you a lava katana at some point, that'll speed things up even better.
Right.
At that point, you could probably fight some pretty rough monsters and still live.
Hey, it's snowing again.
All right,
Aw,
I'm
some
gonna
of our
have to probably
crops
call it.
died.
Oh, that sucks. Wait, have these sprinklers not been working this season?
No, they've been going.
Why is the crops dying?
Just because.
Wait, do you have a watering can on you?
Yeah?
Try watering one of these spots. I just want to see if it looks different. No, it doesn't look any different.
They're all watered.
Huh.
Like, see, this here's what it looks like when it's not. Well, I don't have it hoed because I don't have a fucking shovel anymore.
I don't see any difference in the watered and the unwatered one.
Right here. This is like, well, here, do you have your shovel?
Yeah.
Hit this real quick. See, it's a slightly...
Oh, yeah, I guess
Okay.
so. Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
You're obviously insane.
Well, we already knew that. I'm gonna have to call it here, I think. But,
Okay. Yeah, she is working on the barn, though, at least, so...
Perfect.
Does it even matter if we have this open? They won't come out, will they?
They won't come out. I leave it closed because on some weird superstitious belief that it lets the cold in or something. But
you
listen,
are very
I don't
concerned about our cows.
I don't know if if it does that.
Oh, that's great. Okay, real quick, I'm just gonna see what this is. I'm gonna pine for some gold. And 4 copper ore. Okay, that seems to be most of, like, every time I've done it so far, I've only found copper. That's all I've gotten.
Copper ore is still nice. Might
True.
count towards mining, too.